And then speaking of back to school, one of the best memories I have of my daughter and I here in Tacoma is when I would sign her up for swim lessons at the Y. That's right. So with me, I have two individuals who are here to talk about the YMCA of Pierce and Kitsap counties. So please join me in welcoming back a very friendly face, Mr. Charlie Davis.
Well, thank you, Amanda. It's great to be here.
It's great to have you back. And just to remind our folks who didn't get a chance to see you last time, you are the president and CEO of the YMCA of Pierce and Kitsap counties. You're a busy man.
I'm busy, but I love it. I love what I get to do.
You do love it. I can tell it. You brought with you this phenomenal individual, Jennifer Schlatter. You are the executive director of philanthropy for the YMCA of Pierce and Kitsap counties, and looking stunning today.
Thank you. I did this for you.
Well, I will receive the gift and say thank you very much, because I love art in all of its forms, and you are a work of art, my dear.
Thank
so
you.
welcome.
I love that.
All right, Mr. Charlie, let's talk about this. So as I mentioned, my daughter took swim lessons at the Y on Pearl Street. I think there are generations that have grown up in the Y, in the locker rooms, and all the programs that the Y has to offer. So first off, let's get some history here. How long has it been on Pearl Street? For those people who are new, just bought a house in the hottest real estate market in the U.S. And then what's the history?
So it's a great history. It opened its doors September 14th, 1977.
No.
So it's coming close to its 42nd
Yeah, it is.
anniversary. The history is what sets it apart for our organization. It started downtown, 714 South Market Street, 1920s, multi-level building. The pool was in the basement, so you would have taken your daughter into the basement. It was kind of a dingy building, but they were proud of it. 600 to 800 members. It was a big deal to visualize and to think about a Y and build it on Pearl Street in the 1970s. In fact, the consultants came to town and said, can't be done. You're not going to raise the money. And they took that as a challenge, the board of directors and the CEO, John Morgan, and they did it. And in 1977, they opened, and the response was amazing. 15,000 members, a 9-month waiting list, and people wanted to be a member of the Y, and that is what the history of that Y is all about.
Oh my gosh, thank you for that, because I love history. I'm a history buff, and I love knowing that a waiting list to get in. Boy, talk about tapping a vein. It did.
Exactly.
That's incredible. So let's find out, in your professional opinion, who uses the Morgan family YMCA?
So you walk in, it's a snapshot of the community.
Yeah, it is.
It's the babies and it's the older adults, and it's everything in between. That's what makes the Y so special. Mm-hmm. It's the community, and I love it. I love the visual that you see every time you walk in the Y.
Yeah, you do. You know, and it's your community, it's your family, because if you are somebody that participates in the programs there, you start to know the people behind the desk. You understand the people that you're in the locker room with. You understand the parents who are exercising while the kids are exercising over there. You see the parents walking the track. You look for the same people playing basketball and talking smack on the court. It just becomes like this. It becomes this corridor of community that you expect to happen every single time. So speaking of that, I mentioned some of the programs I remember seeing, and now my daughter is 27. So my view of the Y is a little older now, but what are its signature programs, Jennifer?
So the interesting and wonderful thing about the Morgan Family Y is because it's been around for 42 years, a lot of our signature programs across the association started at the Morgan Y. Oh. One that I really love, and you said you love the arts, is our arts program. I don't think people would think of the Y and think of the arts. So in 1988, our arts director, who was a former professional ballerina, really wanted to bring dance classes to the Y and wanted to remove the barriers. So she started with 4 dance classes. Now we serve 6,000 people across our association, from everything from visual arts, there's ceramics classes, to the dance classes, which are
Who
still
was
core.
this angel that started this?
Her name is Lynn Wilmot Stenchum.
I love that.
Shout out to her.
Thank you, Ms.
Yeah.
Lynn,
She's
for
special.
your vision.
Yes.
Absolutely. So we've got those art programs, but then we also have other things that kind of encapsulate it. Everything from adult physical fitness to yoga to swimming. I know I'm missing a ton in here, Jennifer. So I mean, pretty much go to the website and just click and point. You're going to find something. And the great thing about the Y is that, at least in my experience, is if it wasn't there, somebody is there to suggest that too.
Right.
And that's how it evolves. So let's get down to the big question here. Charlie, why a new building?
It's a great question, Amanda, because the board of directors, who ultimately has the responsibility to make the call, struggled with it because you look at a building and you mentioned the history. People still want parts of the building. They're not going to let it go. They're attached to that building.
We're creatures of habit.
That's right. And so, but it's 42 years old. There is an age factor, but that's not the primary reason. It was a wood structure. George Weyerhaeuser donated the wood, but it's about what it could be for the community. Our newer facilities have the amenities like a zero entry pool. You walk right into the water.
Yes.
So the stories, the miracles that happen, people who have disabilities or people who are afraid of the water get to walk in, and the water therapy is amazing. Kids learning to swim. It's a great story. So the amenities of building community are that why when it was state of the art in 1977, long hallways. Now it's about being connected, open. They didn't have windows. Now it's open and connective, and it's more inclusive. That's why what it could be for the next 50 years. And so it's really about that. It's also an aging facility. So it's a combination of things.
You're making my mommy heart cry here because when you talk about a pool, I watched my daughter swim in a pool, and she had a very traumatic accident when she was 2. And so her father and I sat in those bleachers, and we watched a beautiful instructor hang on to her as she screamed her way through classes at the age of 5. And we knew what she was trying to work through. So my memory of that Y, and now that you say you have a zero entry, what a beautiful gift to people. So for people who cannot afford a membership, which always hurts me, Jennifer, what do we say to them? What do we do with them?
Yeah, so we have a commitment to our community that the Y serves all. And with that, we've been offering financial assistance probably throughout our entire history in Tacoma. 1 in 5 of our participants at the Morgan Family Y receives financial assistance. That doesn't even account for the teenagers who come through on Friday nights for late night, which is free in one of our signature programs as well. We offer memberships to every foster child in Pierce and Kitsap counties. So we are really trying to respond to the community and serve all.
You are. So question, Jennifer, where is the money coming from?
Yeah. We raise about $4 million every year from our community so we can support that effort. We have our annual campaign. It's a major endeavor. Everybody in the Y helps reach in and help makes that happen.
I love that. So Charlie, what's the schedule for the new Y?
Yeah, so we are on track to break ground June 2020, which would mean that by fall 2021, we would be opening our doors. That's
My
the
goodness. That is fabulous. So let's talk about some of the partners here, Jennifer, before we get to the thank yous, Charlie. So who are our partners in making this happen?
Well, the YMCA partners with Multicare and the school district. With this project in particular, we are leaning on leadership volunteers who have been with us since we built the first Y in 1975 or 1978, started fundraising, and they are still supporting us today.
I love that.
It's fantastic.
Just like you build relationships with families, you build relationships with partners and co-partners. It's such a testament to the heart of the Y. Charlie, who do we need to thank for all this goodness?
Amanda, thank you.
Thank you.
This is a cool story to say thank you. One of the gentlemen who was on the fundraising efforts to build the original Y in 1977 is on the same leadership effort to us to raise the money for the second time. That is powerful. His name's John Woodworth. But that group, Aaron Shagrin, Vern Harkins, Rick Ellingson, Michael B. Smith, Pete Norman, these guys are lifting up. Mary Senecal, they're the ones who are the leadership group that are spearheading this fundraising effort on their own time because they care. They want this for the community. They were impacted by the Y. They inspire me because they're giving of themselves a lot to make this happen. That gives us the energy. Those guys in particular, the volunteers are amazing.
They are.
They own it. They own it.
They do. They do. So, last question for both of you from your different perspectives and the roles you play within the organization. And Charlie, you go first, and then Jennifer, I'll have you end it. What do you need from our audience that's watching right now?
I think that right, of course I'm biased about the Y. I've been at 36 years. And this is a good thing for the community.
Yes.
We believe in it. I think that it touches a lot of people. I think a lot of people have a Y story. So I guess what we need is just the support. And it's really get engaged with it, have some fun with it. But the Y touches a lot of people.
It does.
And I'm excited. So it's the involvement and participation.
All right. Jennifer.
I would love to hear from folks. What do they want to see in the new Y on Pearl Street? That's what I really want to know. And are they as excited as we are, and will they get excited along with us?
Well, we've been showing your website below these beautiful faces the whole time, so they know where to give those stories and how to get involved. Thank you both so much for taking time out of your busy schedule. I want you back on the couch within the next 6 months to give us an update.
That'd be awesome.
And I want to say to both of you, thank you for all that you do.
You're great, Amanda. Thank you.
Well, my pleasure.
Thank you.
All right, just a little bit of musical chairs, and when we come back in the studio, we, of course, will have Stuff the Bus. You don't want to miss that. We'll be right back.